So, check this out, people. The other day, I made a video and I spoke about Morant's rants, right? I said some things that I stand by 100%. Because sometimes a man needs to hear the truth. And the truth may not come out the way you want to hear it, but it's got to come out, right? Now, I stand by every single thing I said, every single thing. Sometimes a man needs to be brought down in order to be brought back up. That's what needs to happen. Sometimes a man needs to be put down before he's lifted up. Now, I served in the military, right? And one thing they do in the military is that they break you down. They talk to you in a way that you're not used to being talked to, right? And when you're there, you think that they're being bullies. You think that they're bullying you, right? And you begin to hate your drill sergeant. You begin to hate him because of the way he talks, the things he says. But what you don't realize is that his job is to break you down and to rebuild you into a different man, right? And then when it's time for you to graduate, you look back and you think to yourself, wow, I get it. I understand now, right? I understand why he was so hard, why he was so rough. His job is to break me down and turn me into a better me, a better version of myself. His job is to turn me into a soldier. And so now I'm no longer a private, now I am a soldier, right? And when I look at Morant's rants, right, and I see the way he talks and the things he says, now, I'm not talking about the asshole that he is, right? I've already said what I think about him in that aspect. He's an asshole, he's a dick. There's no doubt about that, right? But when I see the things he says and the way he handles the attacks that are coming at him by everybody, not just me, because I'm not the only one who doesn't like Morant, right? And when I talk about a person, when it comes to the stock market, I stick to the facts. I stick to the market. I stick to what people are saying, how they're saying it to manipulate people and to get them to buy into a stock that they got no business buying into. And if that's what I believe and that's what I'm saying, then it's nobody's concern to go on YouTube and disrespect me over what I believe, right? Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody, right? But if you're going to attack me personally, then I'm going to attack you back. Now, the things that I said about Morant's rants the other day, I meant those things are 100% true. I wasn't attacking him personally. I was giving him some advice. Advice that if someone had given me and spoke to me that way a long time ago, then I would have been a better man a long time ago, right? Now, he doesn't have to agree or he doesn't have to like the things I said or how I said them. He doesn't have to, right? But I said them, right? And I believe he got the point. I believe he got the point, and he understands exactly what it is I'm saying and where I'm coming from. And so now that I said everything that I felt about him in that aspect, I'm going to tell you what I think about him in this aspect, right? Because there are two types of men. There are the men who run in a fight, and then there's the man who stands there and fights back, who defends himself, who protects himself. It doesn't matter if he's being jumped by two or more people. He's going to stand his ground and he's going to fight, right? And Marantz Rantz is one of those people. And whether you like him or not, whether you hate the man or not, you have to respect that. You have to respect him for it. Now, when I was a boy, growing up in the Bronx, we always had to fight. We always had to protect ourselves. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of what I mean by you have to respect a man like Marantz, right? When I was a boy, me, my friends, and my brother were walking on 138th Street between Brook Avenue and St. Anne's in the Bronx, the South Bronx. Now, we had no business being there because that's someone else's turf. We lived on 139th Street between Brook and Willis. But we were on somebody else's turf. And while walking back home, some kids approached us, a group of kids, our age, right? Because I was a boy myself. And a lot of the guys that I was with ran, they began to run. And I started to run too, right? You people have to excuse my voice because I go through changes. And sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm not so good. And today is one of those days when I'm not so good, right? But anyway, the guys in the group began to run. And I ran too. But my brother, my older brother, he didn't run. And when I looked back, I saw that he didn't run, so I stopped and I walked back to him. And of course, he was pissed, right? He's like, "What are you doing? Why don't you leave? Run." And I said, "No, I'm not going to run. I'm not going to run because I'm not going to leave my brother behind. I'm not going to do that. If he's going to get jumped, I'm going to get jumped," right? And these guys caught up to us. And when they caught up to us, they said, "Leave them alone. They're cool." And they started to chase after the ones who did run, right? Because men are like predators, right? They chase after the one who runs because it's instinct for a predator to run after its prey. And if the prey doesn't run, it confuses the predator, right? And so Marantz Rantz doesn't run. And whether you like him or not, you got to respect that. I don't have to like Marantz to know that he's stronger than most men on YouTube or outside of YouTube. I don't have to like Marantz Rantz to know that the pain that he's going through is not easy for most men, let alone one man. Because I got divorced. Now, when I got divorced, I'm the one who applied for the divorce. But it wasn't because I wanted to get divorced. I didn't want to leave my wife. I loved my wife. We were kids when we were married. The reason why I applied for the divorce was because I had to let her go. And the reason why we were married, still legally married for some 25 years, is because we were separated for some 19, 18 years. We were together for 7 of those years that we were married. But because I was young and ignorant, and when you're young and ignorant, you don't always do things right. I knew how to pay the bills. I knew how to take care of my family, but I didn't know how to be a man, right? Because I was a boy. And so when my wife left me, it broke me. It was devastating. It was suicidal devastation. And it took a lot for me to wake up, go to work every day, and to do the things that I needed to do. I had to keep pushing, but it was almost impossible. And for years, I refused to divorce her, regardless of who I was with. And I was with a lot of women throughout my time. And each of them, the ones who cared about me, wanted me to divorce my wife. And I'm like, why? I'm not going to marry you. I didn't get married to get divorced. And so I refused to divorce my wife. And because she's religious, she wasn't going to apply for a divorce. And finally, when I hit 45 years old, I decided to let her go. I decided to let her go because I knew that she had to move on. And because she's religious, she wasn't going to do anything. She's been alone for many years. She's that kind of a woman. And I knew that the only way that she could move on and possibly have a relationship was for me to apply for a divorce. And because I loved her that much and I cared for her that much, I finally, at age 45, from the age of 19 that we were married, she was 17 when we were married, I finally let her go. And so there are people who can't stand Morant's rants, right? There are people who don't like Morant's rants. I'm one of those people. But that doesn't mean that I take joy in his pain. Yeah, I did say I'm glad these things are happening to him because that's how he's going to become better, and I stand by that. Because most of the time, we men create our own pain. We cause our own pain. We are the reason why. We're the reason why most of the time. And if someone had talked to me when I was 19, I would still be with the woman who I loved from the time we were married till today. And so there are people online who make up stories about Morant's rants. The things I say because I'm comfortable, I'm confident about the things I'm saying and the things I say and how I say them, right? So I stand by that. But that doesn't mean that I'm more man than Morant's rants. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not trying to lift Morant's rants up, because again, I can't stand him. I think he's a dick. But Morant's rants is more man than most men I know. Because he's able to stand there while being chased and not run. And still get online, speak what he believes, stand by what he believes, regardless of how many people come at him. And you don't have to like him. You can speak your mind about him, but to make up stories and call him a bigot or a racist or homophobe or whatever it is that people try to say in order to get him, I don't know, because I noticed that's one thing that a lot of these liberals who, when they can't win an argument, they pull out the racist card. They pull out the homophobic card. They'll do anything to knock you down, to take you down. And that's one of the things that I don't play. I don't play like that. I don't roll like that. I might have my thoughts about Morant's rants, but one thing he is not, he's not a bigot, he's not racist, and he's definitely not homophobic because, again, everybody knows that he loves to suck Ryan Cohen's balls. And you can't be straight if you're doing that. So he's definitely not homophobic, right? And so he is more man than a lot of these men who are on YouTube. Because Trace Trades disappeared when he couldn't take the heat. Scavenger Stocks disappeared when he couldn't take the heat. Rico, who was pumping AMC, I was talking about him plenty of times, calling him out. He disappeared when he was pumping AMC and things didn't turn out the way he was promising people. But Morant's rant is still here, regardless of whether GME has gone up or gone down, regardless of whether people attack him or not, regardless of whether people insult him or not, whether it's true or not, he's still here. And just like a boxer, a warrior who gets into the ring with another warrior, and those two warriors go at it, and in the end, they're both standing there bleeding. Their noses are broken, their jaws are broken, their lips are broken. But they still in the ring. In the end, those two fighters can only have a mutual respect for each other because they fight like no one else fought. They fight like no one else fights. They give the crowd the show and the entertainment that they came to see. And I'm not saying that me and Morant are putting on a show for anybody, because I'm not a clown. I'm not here to entertain anybody. And I'm not here to give people any false hopes about any stock, whether AMC or GME. And the things I'm saying is not in support of GME. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is one man to another. Because I don't believe in the things that Morant believes. And one of the reasons why we got to the point where we are now is because if I want to spend my money, whether on AMC, on GME, on any stock, I don't need a man on YouTube attacking me, disrespecting me, just because he doesn't like the fact that I'm selling GME. And if you're going to attack me because I'm trading GME, then I'm going to come right back at you, because I'm not a little boy. Where I come from, a man attacks you, you fight back. You either run or you fight back. And Morant's rant is not one to run from a fight, from an attack, a verbal attack. I don't know what he's like on the street, but I'm talking about YouTube. And I'm not one who's going to be put down. I'm just not going to have that, because where I come from, men protected themselves. They protected each other. They defended each other. They stood up for those who were weaker than them. And at the same time, those who were strong like them, they stood together. And the reason why we're failing in support for the stocks that we believe in is that instead of encouraging each other, we attack each other. We attack each other. Now, I'm going to attack any scumbag YouTuber who pumps lies like New York Angelo, like Trey's Trades, TMI, Matt Kors, me, Kevin. I'm going to stick to everything I've said, because if you're on YouTube and you're pumping bullshit and you're pumping lies, I'm not going to stand for it. And I'm going to tell the people that they're being lied to, that they're being deceived. And I don't care if it's Morant's rant or anyone else. But outside of that, Morant's rant is more man than most men I know, including myself. And the reason why I say this is because if a man talks to me in the way I talk to another man, when he crosses the line or disrespects me, then there's going to be a problem. You see, when I talk to a man the way I talk to Morant, it's because I'm confident of my abilities. I'm not a punk, I'm not a chump. Right? Where I come from, you gotta be a man. And that means standing up for yourself when someone tries to bully you. And so I'm not gonna allow that. I'm just not gonna. And just like I'm not going to allow that, Morant's rants always, regardless of where he is in his life, in his job, in his personal life, gets up every day, puts up a video, people attack him, people come at him, and he's still the motherfucker that he always is. How Anybody could do that? I don't know. I don't have the strength to do that. I don't have the strength to be the dick that Marantz rants is every fucking day when people come at him, and then he goes on YouTube and continues to talk about people, to mock people, and to make fun of people, and continue to smile and laugh while he does it. Even when he's being attacked, even when he's broken, even when he's having issues in his personal life and people are attacking him, and you can obviously see that he's hurt and broken, he's still out there putting his videos up and still throwing punches. This motherfucker's still throwing punches. And so I respect that. I mean, how could I not? How could a man who's a fighter get into the ring with another fighter who gives him a fight, a hell of a fight, an entertaining fight, a fight that anyone would pay to watch, and he not have respect for that man? There are fighters who get into the ring who don't like each other, but then afterwards they shake hands because they know that they both gave everything in that fight. And so I just want to come up here today and say that I respect Marantz rants. I don't respect or agree with the bullshit he feeds the majority of people concerning GME. And he doesn't have to agree with me trading it or buying it or selling it or buying puts on it or calls on it. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. And this is the issue that's being caused by influencers. Rather than minding their business and allowing those who want to sell, they want to disrespect you for selling. And the fact is, Marantz, that is none of your business because you don't pay my bills. So if I want to trade GME, let me trade that fucking piece of shit stock. And if you believe it's worth holding on to, then hold it. That's your business, not my business and nobody else's. But it's not your job to tell people what to do with their money. And this is what starts all the bullshit and all the problems with you and all of these other influencers on YouTube. You can call out anybody you want because I do the same. And if they want to come at me and call me out for the things I'm saying, the fact is that nobody can call me out about the things I say. The only thing they can do is what you do, is attack my looks, attack the way I talk, or attack my personality or me personally. But the facts that I bring, you can't dispute. And this is why you attack people personally when you can't dispute them. And as smart as you are, Marantz, the fact that you do that is disgusting. It's a shame. Because with the knowledge you have, you could bring more people to your channel and bring people together to rally around GME and possibly create the squeeze that you keep talking about. But because you are creating this divide amongst investors, you're the reason why the majority of people don't want to fuck with GME, because they want to see you fail the same way I want to see you fail. And I'm not trying to diss you when I'm saying that. But the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. You come at people, people are going to come at you. They're going to wish the worst for you. And with the smarts that you have, you should be a better fucking human being. And I know you think you are. And I know you think your family's better than everybody and you do more than everybody and you the man and can't nobody touch you. We know. We all know this bullshit that you keep feeding us about how amazing you are. How about you show us how smart you are and not what a dick you are? We already know you're a dick. We already know you're an asshole. Why don't you show us the other side of you? The side that can bring people together? Because I'm going to tell you, when I listened to you talk recently, right? Because I've watched you since I put up my video. And I've heard all the things you've said about me. And nothing you said was negative, other than other than you're gonna order condoms from Amazon to put them over my head. And motherfucker, that's pretty funny, okay? That's pretty funny. But the fact that you didn't come at me in a disrespectful way just goes to show the strength that you have. And I can only respect that because I can see the pain you're in. I can see the sadness, the sorrow. Any man that can't see that is either blind or stupid or refuses to see it. It just goes to show how human you are. The problem is that people who are watching you today are reveling in that pain because of the asshole and the dick that you are most of the time. Bro, you're a fucking dick. And when you show up this side of you, the motivational side, because when I'm watching you, all I can think to myself is this motherfucker sounds like a drill sergeant. He sounds like a drill sergeant when he's talking to his followers. He sounds like a motivational speaker, like someone who you can watch and be encouraged by to be better, to be stronger, to believe in something. Because I don't know anybody like you. Bro, I'd have dropped that bullshit a long time ago. This whole GME facade and bullshit. But when I see you, it's not a facade. It's not a facade to you. I know that. Bro, let me tell you something. You don't have to be a prophet to know. A man doesn't have to be a prophet to know what another man thinks. I don't have to be a prophet to know what you believe in when you say you believe in it. All I have to do is look at you and know whether or not you're telling the truth. And so I know that you believe in GME when you say you believe in it. But allow those who don't believe in it not to. Why you fuck with people? Why can't you bring the knowledge that you have to those AMC scumbags and AMC pumpers and use your knowledge to inform them about why they're wrong rather than mocking people and making fun of them? If that's what they believe, then that's what they believe. Let them believe it. You don't believe it? Show them why you don't believe it. Tell them why they should drop that bullshit and get into GME or some other stock. But instead, you attack people. Instead, you go after people's looks. Bro, you're not that fucking cute to be talking about somebody's looks. Why don't you stick to the facts? Why don't you stick to the subject? And so I'm here today to tell you that I respect you as a man. Fuck GME and what you think about GME. I could care less. But the only reason I'm telling you this is because I've seen the shit you've been put through, the shit that you're going through. I can see it. And I read in a book where someone says, let the children come unto me, because of such is the kingdom of heaven. Let the children come unto me, because that's what the kingdom of heaven is like. You have to be like a child to enter in. And when I see you, bro, I see that child spirit inside you. A child spirit is that spirit that when someone hurts them, they easily forgive, because that's what children do. A child, when you hurt a child, when you disrespect a child, when you make a child cry, you come back the next day with a bag of chips or a lollipop, you give it to him, he's forgotten about it. Now, I don't know you like that. It's possible that you're not like that. But when I see the things you say and how you say them and the pain you go through and how you deal with it, bro, all I can do is say, I got respect for this man. I got respect for him because while Noisy Corax and the people on Twitter and everywhere else are attacking you personally, because I don't attack you personally. You may not like the things that I said the other day, but I stand by those things. Okay? That's not a personal attack. That's the truth. At least as I see it. But there's nothing racist about you. There's nothing homophobic about you. Hell, you like sucking Brian Cohen's balls, so you obviously not homophobic. I mean, come on, bro. You know? And so I just wanted to get on today. For those who watched my video the other day where I said the things I said to Marantz Rants, I stand by that 100%. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't mean it. If I'm saying it, it's because I meant it. If I'm saying it now, it's because I mean it. I don't say something I don't mean. I think about it really, really hard before I say it. And everything that I'm saying today, trust me, I could barely sleep last night after I watched you talk about me. And you weren't negative in any way. You weren't negative. And this is why I'm making this video. Because from one man to another, you were stronger than I am. Emotionally, mentally, physically, I don't know. I'm a lot smaller than you, but I can get down. But when it comes to emotional strength, bro, I wish I had the strength you have. And all I can do is respect a man like that. And so it took a lot for me to sit here and try to find the right words to say, because I still don't know if what I'm saying is right or if I'm saying it the right way. I'm not apologizing. Again, I still think you're a dick. I still think that as soon as you get on your feet, you're going to go right back to being the dick you've always been, and you're going to go right back to attacking people. But my advice to you is, bro, you were smart. You know what you're talking about. Nobody can dispute that. You are the smartest guy on YouTube. You bring it like nobody else does. And if you take that energy, that disrespectful energy you have, and when you have a disagreement with someone, bring the knowledge, show the people, you're going to have a lot more viewers, you're going to have a lot more subscribers, and you're going to surpass the majority of people on YouTube today, and they're not even going to be able to come close to the amount of followers you have. But it's all on you, bro. It's all on you whether or not you want to bring the community together. If anybody can bring the YouTube influencers who are constantly bitching and arguing and complaining and dissing each other together, bro, if it ain't you, I don't know who can. It's not the Ape Father. It's not me, Kevin. It's not McCaws. It's not Review Dog. It's not TMI. These motherfuckers don't know shit. All they know is how to lie, how to scam people, tell them to hold while they sell behind people's backs. The only one who is strong when he is weak that I know is you. The only one that I know who stands up to people when they attack him, when they break him, is you. The only one who talks shit back to those who talk shit about him is you. The only one who brings it every day regardless of how he feels, whether he's sick, whether he's hurt, whether he's sad, whether he's mad, whether he's crying, whether he's laughing, is you. But you need to lead by example, not by being a fucking dick. And so, I don't know if you give a fuck about the things I'm saying right now, but this is my advice to you. You can easily bring people together to stand by you and GME, and we could possibly do what was done back in 2021, but it's going to take a lot, bro. It's going to take a lot, not because I believe in GME, because I don't, just like I don't believe in AMC or meme stocks. But that doesn't mean that if we rally together, we can't do what was done in 2021. The problem is that You are not doing your job. The problem is that you are one of the reasons why people are so divided on YouTube. Everybody is against you, and that is your own fault. That is your own demise. You don't have the followers you want because you alienate those followers. You shut people down, you disrespect people just because they don't want to believe in the bullshit you believe in. I don't have to believe in GME to invest in it. All I have to do is sell when I feel like it and make my money. And for those who wish to hold to the moon, that's their business. That's their problem, not mine. So why is it your problem when someone else wants to buy puts or sell or do whatever the fuck they want to do with their money? Money that they wake up every day to earn. What business is it of yours? Why are you always concerned with people selling GME? How about you turn it around and encourage them to hold? Explain to them why they should hold. And not alienate people the way you alienated me. Bro, I was subscribed to you on 3 of my devices. My cell phone, my girlfriend's cell phone, and my fucking computer at home. I have so many accounts that if you were smart, bro, you can get the 13,000 subscribers that you need within a week. And this is just my advice to you, bro. You don't have to take it. You could continue to be the dick you are, the asshole you are, the man that nobody likes, but the man that people love to hate. You can continue to be that man, or you can grow the fuck up and act like the man that you need to be acting like. And this is my advice. You don't have to take it. I'm a lot older than you, bro. I've already been through life. I've already been through the shit that you're going through today. And so, just like you want to convince others to buy into GME because that's what you believe, I'm telling you right now, and I'm giving my advice to you is you need to change your attitude if you want your channel to grow, if you want people to stand by GME, if you want people to stand by the things you believe and say, and if you want your channel to continue to grow. Because if not, you're going to continue to alienate people, your channel is going to continue to drop, and you're going to lose a lot of the subscribers that you already have, because you lose subscribers more than anybody I know. And there are people on YouTube who have much less subscribers than you do, and they get 3 times more of the views than you get. And you know why that is? Because they're likable. People like them. People like to watch them. People can't stand watching you, bro. I can only stand watching you for about 5 minutes before I have to change the fucking channel and go to someone else. Because you're so easy to hate, bro. You don't have to like the truth the way I'm bringing it out, and you don't have to agree with it, but I'm telling you, you are very easy to dislike. Now, I made this video to let you know that aside from all the bullshit, aside from everything that I still believe you are, I still believe that you're more man than I am as far as holding your ground. And trust me, I can hold my ground. You're more man than I am when it comes to being emotionally strong, having that spirit of a child who is broken, but he continues to play. He continues to do what a child does, and nobody knows most of the time that that child is suffering, because that's how children are, unless he tells you. And when it comes to the things that people are saying about you, a lot of it is true, but most of it is not. There's nothing racist about you. There's nothing homophobic about you or bigoted about you. And people can hate you or dislike you, but to come off and come out that way is just fucking ridiculous. And I have no respect for people like that, because if you don't have an argument to break out the racist card, you're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. You're a dick and you're a hoe. If you don't have an argument and you have to pull out the racist card because that's the only way you can win the argument. And what these people are trying to do is knock you off your channel. Now, I may not like you, and I may want to see you fail. I may want to see you fall. But that doesn't mean that I don't respect the resilience you have and the strength you have. Because it takes a real man to say the things that I'm saying. And trust me, it's not easy for me to sit here and tell you this shit. Because I still think you're a dick. And there's nothing worse than admitting to someone you don't like that he's a lot stronger than you. Emotionally, mentally. Because most men would have broken down if they were going through the things that you're going through today. I wouldn't be on YouTube talking. Hell, I could barely get on YouTube now and my life is just fine. And so, this is my advice to you, my friends. If you want to gain the followers, if you want to get people to stand by you and GME, you need to change the man that you are. You need to change your persona. You need to change the way you deal with people. And I know you think it's entertaining to disrespect people, to put people down, but you're the Jim Cramer of YouTube. And trust me, nobody likes Jim Cramer. What's the point? What's the point of being popular if your popularity is the man that people love to hate? You're not popular for all the good reasons, bro. You're popular for all the wrong reasons. And you're the reason why the majority of people are not standing by you, GME, and your crew. Because I can't stand half your crew, because your crew is just as disrespectful as you are. And they're the ones who chase a lot of the new people who try to come onto your channel by being disrespectful before they can even get their thoughts in. Your channel is all fucked up, bro. And if you want to grow, you need to change it. I've already said too much. I've already said enough, so I'm going to let you go. I still think you're a dick, bro.